8 things you can do right now to protect your consciousness and energy, not just from external influences, but also how to cleanse out any unserving programs that were downloaded into you as well. If you're already excited for this video, give me a big fat thumbs up because it's gonna be a juicy one. Hey, welcome back to another video, BLivers. If you are new on this channel, my name is Elizabeth, and here on this channel, we're all about designing a life of fulfillment through conscious creation. So if you resonate with that message, make sure you join the fam by smashing the subscribe button with the bell notification. That way you're updated every single week when I'm bringing you a new video over this topic. Now let's just get to this damn video because this is going to be really exciting. Every single one of you on here right now need to know this because we are all made up of pure consciousness and energy, right? So you obviously want to protect that and fortify it in a way that's going to serve you. So let's break down to it. So starting with number 1, right? Energetic force field. What does that really mean? Well, when we go back to Law of Oneness states that everything in this universe breaks down to energy. Everything is energy and it can never be created or destroyed. Everything is made up of the same energy, just in different expressions of each other. So what does that mean for us? It means that we ourselves are made up of, we're just basically an energetic field. When we break down and we step out of this 3-dimensional reality and we just revert back to pure consciousness, it's just energy, right? So we're made up of an energetic field, and this energetic field that we have is made up of a bunch of information, right? Going back to the law of vibration, here on this channel we talk all about science, back everything up with science. So law of vibration states that everything in this universe, everything that broke off from that original source, is on its own vibrational frequency. What makes up that vibration is, of course, personally is going to be like our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions. So when we revert back to energetic force field, since we are a field of consciousness, the best way to fortify ourselves is to fortify that field of consciousness in itself. And you're kind of like, duh, but let me go a little bit further. Going back to what makes up the vibration itself, if we have a belief system, or we are scared, or we're starting with just emotions, right? If we're in an emotion where we are fearful, feeling shameful, any of those low negative vibrations, our energetic force field is really weak, right? So step number 1, we want to raise our personal vibration so that we have a stronger energetic force field. So what else makes up that vibration, right? Our beliefs, thoughts. So what are we thinking? Do we feel victims? Do we feel scared? Sorry, I'm getting off topic, back to emotions, but like your beliefs, your thoughts, are you thinking thoughts that are causing you to be scared? Are you believing that you're not protected? Are you believing that you're susceptible? So it's like those things. I am a young, beautiful girl, right? And I have traveled all around the country pretty much by myself. And everybody's always like, oh my God, you're going to get scared. Or how are you not scared? Like you're going to get raped, like you're going to get murdered. Like I've heard this. I started doing it when I was 18. Actually, I might have been 17, for sure 18. And I always heard that, right? And for a second it scared me, and then I was like, oh no, fuck that, because everything that you experience, Law of Correspondence states that your whole external reality has to do with your personal vibration, what you're internally doing, what your energetic force field is giving off, right? So you cannot experience something you're not in the frequency of. So I chose to not embody that. Yes, it's a real thing, but it's not going to happen to me. I'm embodying an energetic force field that would literally not allow me to using the Law of Correspondence to be in that reality, right? Does that make sense? If not, drop it in the comments. Now, I understand that obviously that topic might have triggered somebody, so I'm not saying that like you ever deserved anything that ever happened to you. That's not what I'm saying at all, so I'm sorry if that topic itself triggered someone. But going back to Law of Correspondence, that can also happen. Not just that you believe that you are unsafe, but it could also that has to do with some other belief patterns, which I can make a whole separate video over as well. Going into number 2. Number 2 is a big one because most of our lives we are surrounded by people. Like how much time, I mean there might be some extreme introverts right here, but when you're being introverted, are you playing video games or are you watching TV, still technically around other influences, so you're not really by yourself? I mean, complete solitude, no music, no people, no animals even, right? Complete solitude. You want to do this and practice this because how can you really protect yourself from any external influences and know what your pure consciousness energy feels like if you're always around them? Law of Perpetual Transmutation states that energy is constantly and always transmuting in and out of form. So as I'm standing right here, I am you know, I'm in the realm of this energetic force field of my whiteboard, and so I'm transmuting energy in and out to my whiteboard. I always use my whiteboard as for this example in all my videos, which is funny, but I'm also transmuting in and out. Can you see this tree, this beautiful tree? I'm also transmuting energy in and out through that. We're sharing vibrational information. So it's really important that you practice solitude so that you know what it feels like just to be in complete, like, pure consciousness energy. So that way, when you go into number 3, awareness and sensory acuity, you can start having, well, let me first explain what sensory acuity is, if some people don't know. Sensory acuity is basically like I almost just said the wrong word. Basically, for lack of better terms, it is the measurement at which you can notice how you are feeling, right? So everything, we're constantly being given off senses, right? If we pay attention, we can notice that our hand is giving off a bunch of signals. If we pay attention to how we feel, we know that we're thinking something. If we pay, sensory acuity could also be like, you notice there's some bubbling in your stomach. Sensory acuity could be like how well you can see something very well. It all has to go back to like the signal that your body's giving off, right? So that's a really large subject, but we're going to gear it towards this specific one. So sensory acuity and knowing when you are not protected and your awareness, because since you know what pure consciousness, pure love, peace, joy feels like, when you feel less than that, other than using your emotional intelligence, your body will tell you, right? And your intuition will tell you. You'll just feel kind of off. You're like, I don't really know. I just feel kind of weird. Like, I want to get out of here. I want to do this. Or your stomach might feel knotted up. Drop a comment below and let me know if you've ever had any of these experiences and what some of those experiences are for you, so you can help other people kind of identify what that is. But sensory acuity, not just with your emotional intelligence, but your body as well. Pay attention to what your body's saying, because that's really going to let you know when you need to pay attention or move out of the situation, adjust, whatever, right? Going into number 4, Law of Correspondence. What I already stated earlier is that your external reality is a whole complete reflection of your internal reality, right? But going back to how we develop habits and how we stay in habits, when we just, we've talked about this a lot on this channel. And if you're new here, I'll restate it again. But there's like a cycle that we go to. Any single time, everything we do, unless it's brand new, which we'll feel resistance when it's not, when it is brand new, is based off of a habit, right? When I see something, it reminds me to do something because I'm going to get a certain result. So going back to Law of Correspondence, yes, we want to definitely work on our internal reality. But when we envision what we want for ourselves, what are some things in that external reality that we can then just put ourselves in, so that when we go back out to, when we look around and we are experiencing life, we're getting the reminder of something. Again, it's helping us develop that habit a lot quicker, because we're getting the reminder more often, so then we're practicing the routine more often, and then we're getting the reward more often. The more you do that, the more ingrained of a habit it gets. So when you not just internally work on yourself, but then when you do those visualization practices and you're really tapped in and you know kind of what that environment's like, also make some external, things as well, and place yourself in an environment that aligns with that vision, aligns with that mission, like what you want for yourself. So if you envision yourself, in around all these good people, then definitely put yourself around all these good people. Don't wait for them just to come to you, even though that is how law of attraction works. People are attracted to each other. But also go out and do something that allows you to already feel that way as well, because that's going to speed up the process. Because remember, it's all about your feeling anyways. So when you can look back and it's re-triggering like how you feel and everything, then yeah. So that's number 4. Going into number 5, I'm going to link a video down below and above, 2 of them, called Fear, Energy, and Food, and also 10 foods that raise your vibration. Now, this is not just about food and drugs. It's also about air and the water we breathe, and anything else that we might be putting into our bodies. Going back to some laws that we've already spoke about, everything is just an energetic field. Everything breaks down energy, and we all have our own, due to law of vibration, have our own energetic fields, right? Law of Perpetual Transmutation is always transmuting in and out from things. So yeah, starting with number 1, you can protect yourself from any external influences, right? But if you are intentionally putting something toxic in your body, now you have to transmute that out of your system, right? And if you keep tapping into that frequency, even though it could be like 3D, like the material of it can actually be out of that body. Since you embodied the emotion of that, and then it's now a habit, it's like it never left your body. So we want to pay attention to the substance that we're eating. That's why I'm linking at those videos about the foods, because there's some really shocking things about food, not just nutrition wise, of course, but vibrational wise, and what it does to our energetic fields and our consciousness and energy. Along with, of course, water, drink alkaline, boom, boom. In the Reinvent Yourself book, I talk about how cancer can literally not live in an alkaline-based diet. This book is called Reinvent Yourself, Achieving the Impossible Using Science. I will link this down below as well. It's based upon how you can use Law of Correspondence by shifting your vibration in order to get anything you want in life. So that's going to be available for you guys as well. But going into the last three, I'm going to wrap this up fairly quickly. We want to, of course, fortify our belief system. When we relate back to number one, what makes up our energetic force field, right? The law of vibration. So not only are we wanting to become aware and switch it up, but we want to consistently work on ourselves, right? We want to fortify ourselves, be who we truly are, and know that we're always safe. Know that even if the worst things ever could possibly happen to us, we'd be able to overcome it. We'd be able to triumph. But we're not even going to have to be going through some of those things, even though when we do at times, we'll be able to get through it, right? Every experience we ever have has to do with the law of correspondence. So yes, there's going to be ups and downs, and there's cycles and rhythms, but realize that your entire life experience is based off of, not just, well, there's also the collective as well, but it's based off of law of correspondence. So fortify that belief system. We all know about the reprogramming, but realize that that is so literal. Like your entire life experience has to do with what you are, with the beliefs that are being put out into the field. All of it, right? So that's also why I'm here helping you making these videos and spreading this information to you, so that we as a collective can overcome anything that is polluting our consciousness as a whole, right? So also share this with share this video with someone you know, if you think they could benefit from it. Going into the last two, posture and movement. So I'm not saying be closed off from people. I'm not saying that. Like, obviously, you know from me now, like, just interacting in this video, like, I love people. I'm a bubbly person, and I have a lot of energy, and I love to connect, right? But if you feel like you're in a situation, going back to awareness and sensory acuity, where you feel like you need to protect yourself or someone's not really that trustworthy, there's certain positions that actually open up your energetic field and allow their influence to impact you more. And then there's certain positions that don't. You feel me? So, like, arms crossed, this is also a subconscious for salespeople. Like, this is a subconscious thing. You never want to do this when you're speaking in sales, because it's like closed off, but it actually closes off your energy field. That's why at a subconscious level, people feel like, oh, they're closed off, because they actually are. Their energetic field is actually closing off. I learned this the other day, that when you salute, it actually opens up your energy field. So when you're saluting to someone, you become very vulnerable to them, especially in the area that you're doing it at. So realize that certain postures and body movements will keep you open and make you feel a certain way, and also close off your energetic field. So use that to your advantage. If you want me to make a whole video on different postures that can open up your energetic field and close them, let me know in the comments. For the sake of this video, it's already kind of long. We're just going to talk about it here. So going into, last but not least, practice being live. If you're a Be Liver, comment juice. You already know what that means. But for you guys who don't know what it means, being live, said simply, is being who you truly are, embodying the true, joyous, limitless creator that you are, knowing that you're always protected, knowing that anything that ever could possibly happen to you, you'd be able to overcome, triumph through it. Nothing is a threat to you. You live in freedom. You embody who you are. You're living in authenticity, and you're joyous. You feel at peace. You're feeling those high vibrations, and you know you can create anything. I kind of repeated myself a little bit there, but you get the point. So, if you feel like you need help with this, not only do you want to watch some of the other videos that I had mentioned and get this copy of this book, but we have a whole community of like-minded people. I'm sure if you're still here right now, you know that you're not just a normal person, and you probably get called crazy a lot, and you probably feel kind of outskirted, or simultaneously, some of the ideas you have, you just want to be surrounded by more energetic, good people that could help you thrive, expand, and collaborate, and just talk about the things that you're doing. Down below, I will also link a group, or the link to our group, our Facebook group, which is obviously Be Live, but it's a whole global movement. We already are internationally, and it's not just a little Facebook group. It's a movement. It's a way of being. It's a culture. So Get with it now so that you start to really build yourself in our community. It's absolutely free to you. It's just to help you get out there and really connect with other people. Get with it now so that you know all of these people as it grows, because they're waiting for you. We're waiting for you. We always love more BeLivers. That's it, guys. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. Also, like I said, let me know any additional videos you want me to make based off this. And as always, my loves, dream big, live large, and be live. Bye.